Would you rather take a shit naked on top of Mount Everest or in a public pool? Hmm. This one is a doozy.
Apparently, the church I attend is a cult? Question mark. I'm a college student and a Christian. I recently found a church that does services here on campus. Started going for a few months and have made some pretty good friends. However, I overheard someone in one of my classes say that they do some shady stuff. So I decided to Google them, and it read this, quote, 10 former church members told the blank Times that blank church is a ministry that manipulates students and tries to control their lives. Yeah, they say church leaders pressure students to donate money, try to control who they date, and isolate them from family members, unquote. So obviously, this kind of concerns me, even if none of this has happened to me. But granted, I've only attended this church for 2.5 months. I'm meeting a friend of mine from there for a Bible study tomorrow. People do that, and I'm really considering bringing this up. Should I bring it up, or should I just sort of ghost them and find a different church or Bible study group? If you have any advice or alternative options, I'm open to them. Wow.
Doesn't this just sound like regular
church, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, he wants you to donate money, doesn't want you to date certain people. I feel like that sounds like normal church, isn't it? I feel like all church is a cult, so sounds like normal to me. I don't go to church.
I think that what's interesting about this, it could just be somebody finally like growing up to realize that. Did you catch the Keith thing? They've gotten old enough to the point where they're like, wait a minute, has church always been a scam? I don't know.
Feels pretty normal church to me, which I do think is culty. So, have you ever been to Bible study?
Yes, I've been to Bible study.
Holy shit! For real?
I used to be a very church-going person. I would probably still go to church. I just don't have that much time. I don't know. Yeah.
For real?
I'm gonna just say this. If you have been going there for 2.5 months and you haven't had a problem, I feel like that's enough time to basically figure out if this is a shitty place or not. You're basically allowing outside forces to make you feel weird about what you're doing. The cult shit, I feel like if you're going somewhere and people are telling you to do something that you don't want to do and you're still doing it, you're a bitch. But I don't really know what else to like. I mean, and the crazy thing about it to me is you are going there. Like, you don't have to keep going there. If you don't like what they're doing there, like you're doing that yourself. And first of all, I'm not going to be told what to do, and I'm paying this place. That's some bullshit. That right there is some straight bull crap. I don't see how y'all doing that. I don't even see how
that why you left the church, Raysean?
No, I only left the church because I just really just didn't. I went to college and then I just stopped going for real after that. But it's not personally because it's really my cousins run the church. It's their church. I just don't go. I go on like special.
Oh, wait a minute. You weren't just a church goer. You're part of a church family.
Well, I don't know if you say it. It was like my cousins. They own the church, and I used to go there. But I don't know if I would say church family. But I don't know.
No, I think it counts, man.
But everybody's
Raysean,
I
you're
believe
definitely
in you being whoever you want to be. If you like where you're at, like it. I mean, it seems like you got friends and shit. So I don't see the point of acting. I mean, some Bible studies.
I think it sounds weird as fuck.
I
think church sounds weird as hell.
Everybody has their own thing. I mean, I definitely believe in religion when shit is going to the fan. Like if I was on a plane and it started shaking, I am very religious then. Put a gun on me.
For what?
Very
Your
religious.
God's dropping that plane out of the sky.
But everybody needs something to believe in those circumstances. And I mean, if you don't, you don't. I mean, some people can look being shot in the face and be like, I'm dead. Do that. All kudos to you. Like I don't know what else you want me to say. For my advice, to end my advice, I basically just want you to know if you like going there, you should go. If you got a problem, honestly, I feel like if you reading that shit make you not want to go, I hope you do say something so they can be like, fuck you. You should leave. Like, we've been brought you in here all, and now you're acting like, oh, this is a cult? Okay, fuck you.
We
Like,
invited you to our
me
Bible
personally.
study. This is how you. We even provided snacks. So you have to say.
We ain't even asked you for donations. You offered. Like, what's your problem?
You got any advice, Kyle?
Yeah, I think it's more of what Kelly said a little bit. Like, does seem sort of like conventional sort of church situation, and maybe you're just waking up to the idea that church can be, or organized religion, we should say. This is generally kind of weird, especially like amongst Christians. But no hate, all love. But I don't know. I wouldn't give them the heads up at Bible study. I would just stop going, ghost them, go find a new church. Granted, the Google results are probably what's influencing you and making you think that maybe things are a little bit weirder than you realized. But I don't know if that's the case. Try it out for a few more weeks. If you're still not getting any creepy vibes firsthand, maybe you stay.
You've been there for 2.5 months. Like, I feel like I could tell something was off the first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
like
true,
I don't know. Why would I need 2.5 months? Like, oh no. That seems kind of weird to me. You seem like you're easily influenced. That's just what it seems.
That's true.
We're not talking shit on churchgoers about being easily influenced, but
I wasn't going to say anything.
This specific person, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say it.
Oh, man. So, yeah,
right,
cut bait or, either cut bait or suck it up. Stop Googling shit, you little weirdo.
Yeah, have your own opinion.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Conformist.
Would you rather take a shit naked on top of Mount Everest or in a public pool? This one is a doozy. I think I will choose Mount Everest for 5,000. At least no one can see me. I can clench my butt cheeks and and I've climbed the top of the mountain. I might as well take a shit up there, leave my mark.
I mean, I don't want to have to climb Mount Everest personally.
Especially if I have to take a shit.
Yeah, especially if I'm like holding one in the whole time. And you're naked. So like, what if there are people who have died on the way to Mount Everest and then they just stay there. So like, if you take a shit and you're naked and you die, they just fucking leave you there and you're naked taking a shit forever on Mount Everest. People pass you and take pictures of you and post it on the internet. So
wow.
Not feeling that. But I don't really want to take a shit in a pool. So I think I'd have to pick a pool, but can I be in a state that's like really far away?
Like yeah, is this it's in public?
Yeah, no one knows me. I don't know.
Is this a solid piece of shit or is this like chili?
It's not liquid shit.
Like multiple pieces. Like, see, I don't know.
I think that it should just be whatever your shits are normally like. Just take your average shit. That's the shit you're having. So
no, it's got to be a huge shit. Whatever the average consistency of your shit is, sure, but like a huge amount of it. That's the kind of shit that you're going to take in either this public pool or atop Everest. I think you got to go with the pool because you get the shock factor as well, getting the shit in public in front of all of those people and then fucking fleeing the pool immediately as your brown town goes all around. That's what's up. Dude. I got to take the public pool.
That's a different type of shame right there. Everyone going to be looking at you when you get out of the pool like you filthy. I was going to say something.
I'll be like, I'm sorry, I had a medical emergency. You guys going to shame me for having shitty bowels? Get out of my face.
Yeah, why the fuck would you do that?
I feel like the pool is local news.
If it touched
I feel like Mount Everest.
I ain't going to lie. I got to get out of the fucking pool and shoot you because you fucking shitted on me. I'll be so mad. I ain't going to lie. I'll be so mad.
Because you fucking shitted on me. Kelly's right though. You shit in the local pool, you get on the local news. You shit atop Everest and you die up there and you're frozen as like a frozen shitter for the rest of time. You're never living that down.
You want to make the local news as the motherfucker that shitted? Like,
look at this world news.
At least I'm still
I
alive at
mean-
the end of it. I'm not frozen up top of Everest trying to wipe my own ass.
I just feel
Frostbit to
like there's
death.
just a lot more worse ways to die. Like I could take that shitting on top of Mount Everest. I feel like it's the walk up to Mount Everest that's gonna make you have to shit.
It's the climb. Yeah, for sure.
But other than that,
But
I
with the
feel like
pool, you don't have to die. You just have some shame. Maybe you die a little bit on the inside,
get
but you
I
still
arrested.
live.
I couldn't handle that type of shame. I just couldn't. That type of embarrassment would kill me inside. I'd probably be
It's the
dead.
Bro.
churchgoer in you.
Oh,
Pride goeth
walking out of
before the
that and like
fall,
shit just
Raysean.
coming out of your legs. See, I'll be like, oh my god, why does
Oh
this
my
have to
god.
be me? Why does it have to
A
be
part of
me?
me wants it to be like a long series of like floaters, so that way there's like
Oh my
maximum
god.
floatage throughout the pool. Then another part of me is like, yo, liquid Hershey packet kind of shit.
I
And then
feel
like
like
you
if
see
you
like the
do
shit
that,
cloud go out around
So
you.
gross.
I feel like if you do that, you should expect to be punched in the face at least 6 times before you get in
Mm.
your car.
Nobody's
If
gonna
there
want
are
to be
kids
near me
in the
after a shit
pool,
in the pool.
Bruh, I
you
don't
can blame
know.
them.
If that shit touched me, I'll have to go after you. Like, oh my goodness. Oh,
I'll keep some poop
I
in my
just
hand
feel
and I'll throw it at you if I have to.
Then you won't be able to
I
touch
got-
me. Oh,
Yeah, go ahead, touch his hands. There's poops all over him.
gross.
I'm glad we just got to
Bro.
talk about poop for as long as we did.
That's so
Also,
gross.
I'm
though,
glad that we
honestly.
all had some differing opinions again today. Raysean, like all about Everest and church, and me and Kelly are all about shitting in pools and running away from church.
Hmm.
Interesting.
I just feel like I would never climb Mount Everest. It's so much work. It's so cold. I could never.
Yeah.
See, I'm one of those
Couldn't do it.
people that be like, oh, I want to be remembered, so I probably would do it.
You'll be remembered if you shit in the local pool.
See, yeah, but not. I wouldn't want to be remembered for that.
You'll be remembered
You
though. So I'm just
So
saying.
you'd rather be remembered for
I
shitting
would
on a
never
mountain and
forget
dying
that.
for it.
Yeah, I climbed the mountain that I don't think 100 humans probably have climbed.
In all seriousness though, Raysean, like for real, if you climbed Mount Everest and took a huge shit naked and then climbed back down, no matter how many people you
Wolverine
really
blood.
told that to, people would only care about the fact that you stripped naked and took a shit. That's all they would ever care about. You would be like telling people this amazing accomplishment. I climbed Mount Everest. And they'd be like, are you that fucking crazy guy that stripped naked and took a shit at the top of Mount Everest? And you'd have to be like, yeah, that was me. You know what I
Like,
mean?
yeah, dog.
Like,
I just climbed Mount Everest. I shit on Everest. You know what I mean? Fuck Everest. That ain't nothing. Get
Mount
it?
Everest
I-
ain't got shit on me.
I just don't know how people would know you shitted on there. Are they going up there taking your shit?
Got
and, like,
cameras.
taking
You're
a
up there with the tour
There's
guide.
cameras with what?
People
On Mount
have
Everest?
cameras.
Oh,
People
I thought
bring them
about, like,
themselves. You're up there with a
Oh.
tour guide and a group of other people. Like,
I thought I was doing this like myself. Like
you're
I
not
just said, you know
solo
what?
trekking. You
I'm-
would be so dead. You wouldn't even make it to the
What?
top of Mount Everest.
You know
Yeah, that
what?
pool's looking awfully nice right now, isn't it, Ray?
Nice and tepid.
No,
Yeah.
I'm cool. Is it a private pool? See,
No,
we never
public.
No,
even.
public.
Oh, it's a public.
Public pool.
Nope,
Yeah.
can't do it. Nope, cannot do it.
You just blame it on somebody else
I'm
if the
doing
I
pool
don't
has
even
enough
like to be
people in it.
wet, like coming out of the shower then taking shit. I hate that feeling. Oh man, I couldn't do it.
Hmm.
All
Okay.
right, so 2 for the pool and 1 for the mountain. Much more complicated would you rather than I would have anticipated. Moving on.
I can't believe you'd rather shit on Mount Everest. Like, imagine how cold your dick would be, even.
Yeah.
Be frostbitten.
I'm thinking you take a shit and you can put your clothes back on, but I guess.
I mean, like, right away? Like, it's a lot of outfit to put on and off, It's like a lot of pieces. You're like in a parka. All right, we need some advice. I caught my neighbor cheating on her husband of 10 years. I don't know what to do. Please advise. I say that at work all the time. I'm like, please advise. Every now and again, while I was at my new office space and they were both working from home, I would hear them moaning, ew. However, I would just put on my headphones and try to ignore it. I believed that they would be the end of it once the husband returned to the workplace and I stopped needing to reach for my headphones quite as frequently. The midday sex noises resumed a few weeks after he returned to work, but they were now much more intense and frequent than before, which was strange because her husband's car wasn't parked outside. I spotted a man parking his van just up the road, popping in next door for an hour of pleasure, and then leaving afterward, going into full nosy neighbor. Oh my God. After going into full nosy neighbor mode and peeking through our blinds nearly every day. Not only that, but every now and then I've noticed a different guy showing up. I mean,
Nosy bitch.
I was gonna say I would just mind my own business. This is none of your business. Keep that to yourself. I don't know.
That's how you shit happen to you. Because you're worrying about other motherfuckers
Seriously.
shit like that.
Peeking through the blinds?
You go tell her husband, he go crazy, he go in there, kill him, then keep like I'll let it play out. That's a movie to me. I'll be sitting back gossiping with the whole neighborhood. I'll be like, bro, y'all need to watch this shit at home. This shit is good.
Oh my God.
She thinks she over here getting everybody. It's always the preacher's husband, the preacher wife doing some crazy shit. But,
I wouldn't say
again,
shit.
Raysean coming with the church knowledge. I think you just should mind your own fucking business. But like, kind of echoing what Ray just said, like, you blow up that situation. What kind of entertainment you got going on in the neighborhood? Are you gonna notice or observe a little bit too much about in the neighborhood and casually talk shit about it to your friends to be like, yo, imagine this crazy shit. Guess what I saw the other day that my neighbor's doing, and talk about it like that. Like, I don't know. Plus, you open yourself up to shit happening to you should you look to potentially break up somebody's marriage. So, yeah, I don't know. I think the obvious answer is mind your own fucking business, dude.
Yeah, mind your own business. I mean, unless you're like really close. Well, I mean, unless you're really close with your neighbors, but even then, like, that's just
y'all not neighbors, y'all friends. I consider neighbors as
neighbors.
Yeah,
friends are friends.
like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't really care what my neighbor's doing. They could kill hella people over there. I wouldn't know. Police come over and they be like, I don't know shit.
I didn't hear shit. I didn't see shit.
I ain't worried about them. I'm never worried about them. That's probably why they like me as a neighbor. Because they over there doing all type of shit. And I'm just going to work and coming home.
I'm wearing my headphones. I don't know anything.
Wave to him. Hey, what up, Mr. Johnson? Got whole body red.
I'd be talking a lot of shit about this. I'd be telling a lot of people about this, but not my neighbor. I'd be talking a lot of shit to all my friends, to like the mailman. I'd be telling everyone, but I wouldn't be saying shit to my neighbors. Sorry.
Hella rumors would be spread. That's probably the only reason why I get into it. They'd be like, who said that?
I'd be like, guess what, you guys? It was a different car today. Green car. Can you imagine? Yeah.
You fucking the bagger boy at the local Kroger.
The grocery store. Getting a discount. Oh, shit.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like they're that tight, so I would just mind their business. Like, I don't even know my neighbors' names that live around me for the most part. No intention to want to learn them. Just, I don't give a shit. You do your thing. I'll do my thing over here. I don't even want to wave at you. You know I'm here. I know you're there. I don't give a shit. Leave me alone.
I can't think of a single plus. Like, what would a single positive be of saying something? You know what I mean? Like,
hey, I seen a random car here.
It wouldn't be a
You're gonna hear like DV kind of situations, domestic violence kind of situations going on over the through the wall now, instead of your neighbor getting plowed by whichever dude she had come over this week.
Yeah.
So
then you don't know what kind of mental state the guy in. He might think you over there fucking his wife and shit. You know, people get paranoid.
The guy might come home and beat the shit out of his wife. Like, you could be opening her up to a world of hurt just by being like, I feel kind of nosy, but maybe I should say something. No, the fuck you shouldn't, dude. Mind your own business, dog. Get a life.
They come out next day all broken up. That's on you. Is it on you? I'll be like, I don't know, man. That's a toss up. You probably shouldn't have said nothing, but it's like, bitch, you shouldn't have been cheating.
Maybe they have an open relationship. I don't know. Like, if you just
maybe that's what he going
think
back
like
to
that.
If
it makes you feel better, Yeah, some people are like that.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. You don't know. You're not privy to all the details of their lives. Maybe they do have
they
like
even fucking. Maybe they like doing some hard yoga and something. I don't know.
It's very loud, very vocalized yoga. That's often sounds quite joyful.
Possible.
They could be some I don't
Maybe
exercise.
there's one movie.
Yeah. So, somehow I doubt it, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Oh man.
I don't know. I just say you leave it alone. That's a bad idea. Don't get your shit involved. Especially, again, it doesn't even sound like you really know these people.
Yeah,
They
if you're
could be
not
like an
invested.
ethically non-monogamous couple. You know, like you don't know what the details are. Why are you trying to kick up shit and shit that's not yours to kick up? So just put your headphones in, put the music up a little bit louder when she's having a good time on like a Tuesday afternoon at 4 before her husband comes home at 5:30. And just be happy that he'll be gone in less than 90 minutes, you know?
Hey,
You
you know what would
could.
be more interesting? You should be blackmailing the person with the
I was
van.
just thinking that. I was just thinking you could subtly mention to the wife that you kind of like low key know what's going on, and then like get some shit out of it. I mean, that's
I'm
kind of
like, I need
shitty,
my cable free too,
but
bitch.
you
You
know,
better send
yeah,
his
right. What's
ass
the Wi-Fi
over.
password? You guys got HBO Max? Like, come on, for real
Don't play
though.
with me.
I
Wow.
mean,
I'll
you
fuck
could
around,
get
fuck
some shit
your
out of
whole
this.
shit up, man.
Evil ass motherfuckers. I'm the one over here weirdly trying to be like, just mind your own business. And you're like, no, you take this information and you leverage it for a free HBO Max subscription
We were thinking
right
that at
now.
the same time,
Isn't that
Raysean, because I was thinking that, like,
isn't that what you're supposed to do with information? You're supposed to figure out what
use
you
it.
can do with it. You know what I mean? If I could use this information to make money with it, that's what I need to do.
How does this benefit me?
Basically, if it don't benefit you, it's bullshit. You don't need it. You can throw it out. But I mean, if I can get some free cable or a
Fresh
fucking
baked
cell
cookies.
phone,
Somebody's gonna be mowing my lawn every weekend.
something.
Okay, I'm not doing it.
Get my
Yeah.
Amazon packages faster. I need
Yeah.
something.
Oh man,
All right.
that was good advice.
And
Good.
I have to tell his ass, if I see your fucking van on this side of the street, I'm gonna have to kill you.
Yeah.
I know what
Don't
you're
park in my
about.
spot. I'll tell you. I'll get you towed.
Now that's good advice.
Oh man.
Ooh, look at Kyle picking something different.
Oh.
A romance advice? Let's see what we can do. Let's get our
Let's get some
man
off
laid, or our female laid, or a
Nah, it's a
unisex
dude.
laid.
It looks kind of sad, honestly. It looks like
Oh,
Yeah,
is it sad?
not
Oh.
great.
It's
Yeah.
a tough one.
What this say? Why
Hmm.
do I feel awful after a one night stand? Damn.
Why do I feel awful after a one night stand?
You should have used the condom.
That's probably part of it, but who knows? I mean, you get to the end of it and it's like, oh, that's why you feel bad. I, 21-year-old male, just had my first one night stand, and I honestly feel awful about it. I have only had sex with people I have had a strong emotional connection with in the past. After this one night stand, I just feel gross about myself. Interesting choice of words. I didn't want to have sex with her, but she invited herself over to my place and was pushing sex hard. I didn't want her to feel bad about herself, so I just had sex with her. However, I feel really torn up about this and think that I am definitely not that guy. Will I feel better having one night stands in the future? The girl was also not as attractive as my old partners. Does that have something to do with it?
That's probably the most to do with it, because
I think, yeah.
Because if it's anything else to do with like the rest of that stuff, man, I don't know. I don't know what I want to say something, but I'm not gonna say it because we in a different culture in this world. But I can understand also maybe you do feel like you might have been raped. You could have felt like, is
Well, I
that
was
where you're
gonna
gonna
say, it
go,
sounds like
Kelly?
assault to me. Like if someone's
Yeah.
really pushing you and you don't want to do
I mean,
something, that
yeah.
is assault. Like that's probably
He
why
will
you feel
really
like
have to describe what he meant by pushing for me before I consider it assault. Because I mean, if she's just like, let's fuck. Okay, let's fuck. I mean, you can tell her no and take her out, but if she like
you put
knife
down
to
a
your
boundary.
head, rape. I give you that. That's I in that situation, I'll give you that. But I don't know. I don't even want to kind of jump into that. That's a different whole field where I was going to go. I just want to say, I think my best advice for you is it ever going to feel better in the future? I guess when you get to the point where you stop really caring about whatever you're caring about, because I really don't know what you're caring. Are you like caring about she doesn't really look like your old previous girls, or the other girls were different?
I think this dude honestly kind of told on himself with the last line. She's not as attractive as the girls that I've had relationships with in the past. And by relationships, I mean fucked.
Mm.
And he says he feels gross afterwards. You guys both picked up on like pushy woman, maybe he feels like he's been raped vibes. I didn't get that at all. So I'll ask you to look at this situation through the context of this girl isn't like a 4 or a 5 to this kid. She's like a 9 or a 10, and she's super good looking. They're good friends. They're just hanging out, having a good time. And she's just like, hey, what's up? It'd be fun if we hooked up or something. And then they do. Does this kid wake up feeling gross about himself tomorrow? Or is he like, oh, wow, I think I might be in love with one of my good friends who just so happens to be a 10? I bet you it's
Well,
probably the second one.
that's another thing, though. So what I was going to say is that maybe this guy, he might be demisexual, which is when you're only like actually sexually attracted to people you have a connection with, which is a form of asexuality. And that kind of, you know, how he had said that he's only ever slept with people he's had like a connection with before. And this is the first time he slept with somebody he hasn't had that kind of connection with before. She was less attractive, but that can really be because you don't have a connection with someone. People who are demisexual are less attracted to people that they don't know well. And then you feel gross afterwards because you kind of feel like, ooh, like, was I into that? Was I not into that? Like, that was weird for me. So that's also a possibility. He could just be like demisexual where he prefers to have, you know, like a connection with someone before he
This
sleeps
kid
with them.
was,
Yeah, Kyle.
30,
I don't know what you were talking about.
if
That
this kid was
bullshit
30,
about
I'd
his
say,
mouth.
yeah, maybe. If he wasn't a
Yeah.
21-year-old kid who talked about like how, seriously, if he didn't say the last sentence about how she does not compare to the girls that he's fucked previously, I would not think this at all. I'd think probably more along the
Hmm.
lines of what you guys initially said, like, oh no, maybe this dude feels like he got taken advantage of by his friend a little bit. But if he didn't say the this girl is not as attractive thing, because obviously he's been thinking about it, he made it the last fucking piece, the last thought of this whole post. If he wasn't a 21-year-old kid and it was like a 30-year-old man and this happened to him, like this is my first one night stand and I feel weird about it, the demisexual thing tracks. This is some kid who just lowered his standards for the night and he's like, damn, I hope other girls don't hear about it because then they might not want to fuck me. I've been this kid before, I
Maybe.
get it.
Yeah,
And
I mean, that's a possibility.
I'm just gonna leave this one advice out. Maybe because he might not have heard of this. You don't have to fuck every person that wants to fuck you. You don't have to. You can say
Yeah.
no. If you
Amen.
maybe you haven't heard that, and maybe
That's
you
what
just needed
blowjobs are
someone
for.
to tell you. You don't have to fuck every person that wants to fuck. You know, next time just say no. Don't invite her home.
Good
If you know
advice.
if she was about it, all about it, no, don't do it, man. You got to
Wow.
respect yourself.
Zero reaction to my blowjob joke, huh, guys?
Well, it wasn't that funny.
Fuck
I don't
you.
think.
Did you make a blow? I didn't. What was the joke?
That's the thing, is it wasn't funny. It wasn't a joke. He was like, that's what blowjobs
You said,
are
hey
for.
guys, you
Put
don't
your
have to
fucking
fuck
hand
everybody
for it.
who wants to fuck you. And I said, yeah, that's what blowjobs are for. But whatever.
I thought
See,
that
it
was
wasn't
more of a.
funny.
I thought that was a statement. My fault. I didn't know
Yeah.
that was a joke.
Because it was. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't funny.
No.
Sorry, Kyle.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry about
All right.
that.
So what's the
Listen,
advice?
that's what friends are for.
I might
Telling
have
you when your
missed it.
shit's not funny.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm missing it.
The joke is they aren't. Never mind.
There's just no
I don't want to have
joke.
to explain this. No, it is totally a joke. We're really
You know,
gonna get into
every
the
joke
semantics
is
of the
funnier
blowjob
when you've
comment.
explained it 3 times. That's definitely what makes it
I haven't
funny.
even explained it once. I just took on good faith that you guys understood the joke that I was making,
Mhm.
but apparently you fucking don't. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. No, I want to hear it.
Okay. So the joke is you don't have to fuck everybody that you finds you sexually attractive, right? Is what he said. And it's like, yeah,
Mhm.
that's right. You don't have to do that because that's a positive thing. Like you should, have standards for yourself or whatever. Don't just go giving your dick out to any and all that want it, right? Like that's the idea.
Mm.
And then you say, yeah, but that's what blowjobs are for. So that way you don't have to fuck them, but you still interact with them sexually speaking. You know what I mean? So like it kind of defeats the entire purpose.
Oh, yeah, I get.
So now that I explained it, is it funnier?
So funny. Oh my gosh. Can't believe I didn't get it the first time.
Yo, you two assholes just genuinely fucking chuckled, and now you're gonna try to play it off all sarcastic? All right, word. I see you guys.
That's not what we were laughing at, but it's fine.
I just laughed just because I felt like he
It was
needed it
just
right
because it
there.
was so awkward. It wasn't funny, Kyle. But
No,
I loved it.
I
So keep
honestly
going.
just don't really get it. I
Oh my
I
god.
mean,
So is this the
are
second
you
time I
saying
explain
that's
it now?
no? I
No,
get what
just
you're saying.
I think by the third time I explain it,
I
it
don't
has
get
to
I
be
don't get
funny
what.
by like rule of science.
no, it just actually isn't that funny.
All right.
Just let
Great.
Kelly tell you what it is. I feel like I can't tell you it's not that funny.
Well, Raysean, it's your turn. So
Okay.
you've got a
Oh my!
fun one.
We
Yeah.
I
didn't
get the
finish the
phone.
advice.
What was
Oh,
the advice? Yes, we did. Like, just say no
if we
next
don't know what
time.
the advice is, maybe we didn't.
But the advice was like, just
Stop
say
sticking
no
your
if you
dick
want.
everywhere.
I don't
Oh yeah,
know. Yeah.
respect yourself more. That's what it is.
Don't
Or
tell
blowjob.
blowjob jokes.
Yeah.
Yo, I mean, I don't care. I don't know. I don't even think I know a good blowjob joke.
Me either, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, see, I keep telling you, I think that was more of a statement. I don't think that was a
Really?
joke.
I mean, it was a statement, but the statement was said in jest.
Yeah.
I
It
fucking
was a
hate
good
you
one,
guys.
Kyle.
Yeah, all right, next. I have to keep the whole blowjob joke thing in now because this is how we wrap the segment. Next.
Ooh. Still lonely. Okay. What do you hate most about? Okay. Okay. I think I got a good one
Okay.
for this one. Alrighty,
Yeah.
guys, we're doing a fun one. What do you hate most about our modern culture?
I'll go first. Woke PC nonsense. People don't like blowjob jokes. No, I'm just kidding.
Just gonna say.
Well, I'm kind of with Kyle. I hate people on this wokeness, more sensitivity type of bullshit we're on, where it's getting to the point where it's like, come on, man. I don't even know whose side to pick anymore. I just be feeling it's just weird now. And everything is an issue to everybody. Everything cannot be an issue. Like it's just impossible. And we get to the point to where what are we actually solving? It seems like we're just finding issues on top of issues on top of issues. You know what I mean? Then we got to put on the limitations on when people feel like, okay, now I feel like I can speak up. Like I'm not being like rude when I'm not trying to be like super rude when I say that, but I feel like 50 years, like it's like, okay, that's a little bit okay, that's just me. But maybe everyone's different in their opinion and thinking, because I feel like people are probably gonna be like, what, fuck that opinion, all that, you know, do
I don't know
you?
what the fuck you just said, Raysean, but I appreciate the passion, dude.
What's
So
the opinion? But okay, yeah, all right. Mine is just this isolation that everyone has, the fact that we no longer have like any kind of community, and you can't go anywhere at all without driving. You have to drive everywhere and pay to park, and like everything's like you just do everything alone. There's like no community anymore, and that really bothers me. I wish we could bring back, I feel like there are a lot of things that were wicked shitty back in the day, but I wish we could kind of bring back more of like the group, not group mentality, because that's kind of shitty,
community,
but
the
like
feeling of
community,
Community.
being able
Yeah.
to like do things together, like walk to places, like have your kids play at the playground
Park.
without having to, like watching them all the time. And so, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like that would have been.
And
I
actually
feel like I
playing
missed
at the
that.
park and not doing TikTok dances. Yeah.
Well,
Right,
you
right,
I
right.
understand exactly what
Yeah,
you're
being
saying.
able to play in the neighborhood without getting like the cops called on you or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like nowadays it's like there's none of that anymore. It kind of sucks.
well, I think just cell phones in general have us like siloed off a little bit more over the last 20 years. Like, so that's definitely helped like speed up the degradation of the feeling of community. Maybe we sort of felt a little bit when we were kids and like with a neighborhood with people who talk to each other. And now, you see kids walking around the neighborhood. Maybe they're walking with the sibling or like one of their friends, but their heads are buried in their phones.
Mm.
I
Whole
think,
time.
yeah, I think the thing that makes me most, I mean, both of the things that you guys just said, but I think the one that my brain went to outright was performative outrage. and everybody who decides to take a stand against something that they claim to be very passionate about or against, either way. And in
But don't even
reality,
know
it's
what
like,
it's about.
I mean, maybe they do, maybe they don't, but in reality, it's like, on the surface, it looks like you're just doing this to perform for your quote unquote audience or your sphere of influence or whatever it is. And in reality, if you didn't have the ability to tweet about it or like share it on Instagram afterwards, would you have done it in the first place? And I feel like for some people, some people do it for the sake of being trendy. Some people do it for the sake of just having like the attention. Unlike, obviously, I mean, like anybody, people that we know, but all the way upwards of like politicians in the country who don't genuinely care about issues that we're going through, but will completely capitalize on those issues and pretend to be upset about certain things just for the sake of being able to put on a show and hopefully increase their visibility. And obviously at the bottom of the visibility thing is more dollars in their pockets. So, performative outrage. I think, like, be mad about things that you care about and you're passionate about. Cool. But don't just pretend to be mad about things because you know that being mad is a way to keep yourself in front of people.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Kyle. He's talking about all you Congress people who say they hate is gun violence, but won't fucking pass anything against it. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about you.
Or got like the NRA in their pocket.
Well, yeah, I mean, they can't do shit with Republicans the way they are with the way they're funded by the NRA, but like more specifically, like the Bud Light shit. It's like,
or when people were burning like Nike shoes and stuff, it's so dumb.
But like, seriously, who the fuck cares? Who cares?
Nobody cares.
Who cares?
Just drink
See,
whatever beer
I feel
you
like that's
drink.
more of a branding issue. Because Bud Light knows who they've been promoting their beer to. And
they've been promoting their beers to everybody. They're one of the biggest.
Who buys their beer?
I know lots of gay people who drink Bud Light for years, for decades. But Bud Light is like such a stock fucking, like, everyone drinks it beer. Like, it's so dumb.
I'm not gonna say that.
It's just people who want to be mad for the sake of being mad because they know that it gives them an opportunity to do some crazy shit in front of their audience. Bro, when Kid Rock did that fucking little machine gun shit and blew up all them Bud Light cans, a couple of days later, he was seen out in public with a little wrist brace all over his fucking hand because he sprayed his little wrist while he was shooting the Bud White. Fucking Richie, goddamn Rich, whatever the fuck his name is. Goddamn waste of life.
They making their statement known. They're actually affecting their profits. I mean, this is when the gay people should just start buying up the beer, like, and change the whole demographic.
Called in multiple bomb threats to Bud Light breweries all over the country this past week. For what?
Talk about sensitive snowflakes when people are like snowflake culture. The fact that you can't just ignore a rainbow and drink the fucking beer you like get over it. Who gives a flying fuck, honest to God?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I agree with you guys. I think it's hilarious the fact that people are getting so mad about it.
Yeah,
they're like to the point where like I can't. But I think it's crazy. Like they're like, you know, we're not gonna drink this shit, and they're like actually affecting. Like, and they actually got the people at Bud Light like, what the fuck are we going to do?
What the fuck are we going to do? Because these crazy people are serious. It's not because of dollars, though, dude. They're literally calling in bomb threats to their fucking breweries.
They're unhinged.
They had to cancel.
And the fact that, like, they don't want to lose that sale. They don't want to lose that money. I mean,
no,
the sales.
Dog, they don't give a fuck about that. They want to not have their places of business be blown the fuck up or sent anthrax. It isn't about the dollars for Bud Light. They make so much money that it doesn't make a difference if the 30% of people who still support Trump in this country don't buy their beers. That's how much fucking money they make. They just don't want their shit to get blown up. But you know what? That's what performative outrage does to you. It's like everybody's been so mad and they've tweeted so hard. What's the thing that I can do? I'm going to call in a fucking bomb threat to Anheuser-Busch. That's what they do to one-up one another for the sake of winning the performative outrage game.
My favorite thing, though, is that those people who do, like, bomb threats and stuff or whatever, they're the same people who are like, all life matters. Like, all life is so
all life
precious.
Matters until
like,
the fucking baby's born. And then it's like, don't on state of
sorry that your beer has a different can on it.
Well, you know,
oh, my God. I have some performative outrage going on right now.
When they push them over when it pushes them, you know, everybody has their thing. You know, I don't know.
They'll forget about it.
I don't take things too seriously. You know,
it's a very rational thing to see a that Bud Light gave like a Bud Light can to some trans content creator, and then be upset by
I
that.
feel like that creator always gets into a lot of stuff though.
Yeah,
Like he's always in controversy.
That person was
truth.
literally gifted a Bud Light thing for like hitting some kind of YouTube milestone, and everyone was like, "You guys do promotions with this person?
Did he do something where he
They're
was like
a trans person. I'm gonna bomb Bud Light." Like, get the fuck out of here! I can't believe the comic book evil, stupid, dumbass America I live in 2023. It's literally fucking exhausting, dog. That's the advice pod, though. So don't you want to rate and subscribe so that way you get more positive outlooks on the world that give you a break from everything in the meantime by podcast medium? Yeah, 5 stars on Apple, please. Make sure you check us out next. I believe we're airing these new ones on Friday, guys. So hopefully this has been a nice kickoff to the weekend and a way to like help you kick off your Friday and gear up to have some
your
fun.
worries.
Yeah, that's I mean, unless I'm yelling about the things you should be worried about, in which case I'll be fucking yelling till the goddamn yells don't come no more. Sorry, I'm so fired up today.
No, that makes me, I get so angry about this kind of shit too. I just have to like,
you know what I think about a lot? And somebody laughed at me about it the other day. I'll just say it real quick. Somebody like literally laughed in my face about it. I was like, I think about how much like housing inventory hedge funds buy up every single day, like multiple times a day, and how mad
we're never going to be able to buy a house.
And the person just laughed at me and was like, "You think about that?" I'm like,
think about that constantly,
every single day, multiple times a day. Yeah. But whatever. That's doing it for the advice pod. Raysean, Heath, y'all got anything to wrap it up with?
Always be open to think differently.
So great. I love that.
Unless what you think differently is a stupid thing.
Bad.
Because like the earth ain't flat. Stuff like that.
Exactly.
I feel like you know what? I'm just
no. Let's not encourage that. The Earth is round.
I'm just saying. I feel like as long as you have let's just go. We're gonna end it. I feel like all opinions are valid if they have facts behind them. That's all I'm gonna say.
Unless
the Earth
I
is
shout
round.
them down.
I mean,
Talk to you guys
if you
next
have
week.
facts to me that can prove that it's great, then I want to hear your argument. I mean, even if
did we just uncover some shit we shouldn't have uncovered?
I don't know. Are you flat earther?
No, I'm just saying. Like, if you had information,
then the Earth is round. There's no. This is like long proven. The Earth is round.
I'm open to any. If you have facts and can persuade me with a good argument, I am liable to switch from here.
Exactly, but just
that's the church.
I understand that. It's just like this. My facts is right now. I'm about to persuade you. Fact is, time to end the show. I'm going to persuade you by saying it was a really fun one, right? Let's do another one real soon. And we'll see you guys next week for the advice pod.